What's going on? This is your number one source for Polk High School basketball, Polk Hoops, 5 p.m. Thursday, another week in the Man Cave. Here to talk hoops, here to talk everything going on with Polk County basketball as we move closer to the start of the regular season. Before we get started, I want to say what's up to our co-host, kind of flying solo today. What's going on, PG?
What's good, man? We're missing the legendary coach today.
Yeah, man, he got some work to do. You know, the season has started for them, and so just for everybody, this will be our last. It appears it's going to be our last Thursday broadcast. We're going to move to the weekend, probably on Sunday, moving forward. You know, since the season's about to start up, and we want to make sure that we're able to meet the needs of everybody. And so, but we got a good show today. We're going to continue with our Polk Hoops preseason media days. And but before we get to that, we want to go ahead and pass the ball to our PG as we do each week for his take, Tuma's Take, sponsored by Santa Fe boys basketball head coach Mike Flipper. So, PG, what you got on your mind? You got anything on your mind today?
Yeah, man, it's just interesting with everything with the pandemic going on. And we're getting ready to kick off the season. I found Hen with Lakeland was struggling to get teams in the tip-off. And with people not traveling, I'm questioning, like, why would you not want to play each other in a tip-off game to bring the excitement to Polk County basketball? Like, why would you not want to play each other? No one. You're going to be missing your players because I'm sure everyone has football guys. And you're not going to have your whole team. So it's just interesting that traveling folks don't want to play each other. I'm questioning, like, why in the tip-off classic not want to play each other in a tip-off game.
Well, that's the thing is, I don't know if it's a superstition thing. I don't know if it's I don't know, but it's been historic that Polk County coaches don't want to quote unquote show anything, so they don't want to play each other. It was that way when I was coaching, and it's still that way now. So people will go out of county. People won't.
What can you show though? What can you show when half your team ain't even lined up?
I mean, that's a great question, but you even realize, like, I don't know if you paid attention to it when I was asking certain people about their tip-off classic. Everybody wasn't like forthcoming with where they're going to be playing at and what days and stuff. So I'm trying to ask it to promote so people can come watch you play, to promote your program and your kids. And they wasn't all, forthcoming with not everybody. So, and if you go look at some people's like schedules and stuff on Rivals, everybody has not posted their tip-off classics. A lot of people just post it when they start their regular season games, but it's like, you don't, so it's like we gonna post it next week because that's what we do. We post games so people know, but it's not gonna be a full schedule because everybody has not put up where they're playing, who they play, any of that stuff.
What happened to the good old days, man? When you pack the gym out and you got everybody playing each other, and it's the highlight. You don't even get the rivalry no more. So now look what we're missing. So now you don't do the tip-off classic. Plus, you don't even schedule the Polk County teams because of strength of schedule. So now you're not even getting the rivalry at all. So it hurt. To me, it hurts because certain people don't even want to play certain teams.
So what do you do with that? It's like you're saying, it's like it's important.
Basketball so dead in Polk County now.
And that's the thing. So
when the last time Lake West played Kathleen? When the last time you saw a Lake West Kathleen matchup?
It's been a while. I don't know if they scheduled to play in the regular season or not, but it's been a while though. But it's a very valid thing. Like we were talking about trying to get something going, Polk with the county teams, and we just didn't get the amount of feedback from everybody for it to even make sense, because people, you know, have already committed to playing other places, and most, if not all of them, are out of county.
As a coach, if you missing 5 or 6 football players, Lake West played Kathleen. If you missing 5 or 6 football players, Polk Hoops, and you're playing the tip off just to get the excitement of the basketball, it doesn't count on your record. What film am I going to watch when you ain't got 5 of your 6 guys playing? I'm gonna go back and look at a tip-off classic film.
Well, some people
Mike London say Lake Wells played Kathleen last year, so that had to be the first time since you played in high school, Mike London. Did I remember?
Well, it definitely was not as publicized as, and maybe it was because Lake Wells was down last year. Maybe it wasn't as publicized as it normally is, because Lake Wells Kathleen used to be like a big deal.
Yeah, and it ain't calling out Lake Wells Kathleen. I just called out because that was a rivalry. That was a big rivalry. So it ain't got nothing to do with Kathleen, Lake Wells, as far as what they got going on. Well, they do, because they should be playing each other. But I know we got Kathleen on the day, but it had nothing to do with that. It's just trying to figure out the rivalry games where you can pack the house, you can earn a little money for your programs. We avoid them now because. And then my other question is the scheduling. Who is scheduling these horrible games, man? A Tuesday night game of a rival instead of a Friday night. Like, if I'm going to play Bartow, I want to play Bartow on a Friday night, not a Monday or a Tuesday. I think that's crazy. Like, I'm going to try to schedule the rival games. Like, we got to play on Friday, coach. We got to find Friday games.
Well, I can tell you that when Bartow is scheduling a rivalry game, if it's at Bartow, it's going to be on a Friday. It's not going to be on a Tuesday or Wednesday. So that's at least one, person that has kind of, I guess, mastered that. But I don't know if it's just not important to people. They just rather get the games in as opposed to the hype and the excitement. But like you said, I know when I was at Jenkins, and even when I was at Lakeland, there was just certain games that we just marked that this got to be a Friday game. Even if we come into y'all, it got to be a Friday game. Like, we never played Bartow during the week. It was always home and home on Friday. We never played Kathleen during the week. It was always home and home on a Friday. So there's just some games that that you don't play during the week. And I don't know if nowadays it's not as important to coaches and teams as it was then. But it definitely doesn't happen. I agree with you on that. It definitely doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. To me, I just wondered that. It's like it's something missing. Like they're trying to go scout. They playing a weaker team on the Friday. I don't know, man. It's just coaches and as long as Polk Hoops is around, we got to figure out a way to get this basketball thing hyped up. Well, we got packed houses, not just on the Auburndale, Winter Haven, but all the local teams are playing each other to pack out the house. You got to play each other at least one time, man. Got to make it make sense to me.
And I get it. It's only so many Fridays in the season, so you can't play every game on Friday. But like you said, the ones that like Auburndale, Winter Haven, like you just said, that definitely should be a Friday game. That should be a Tuesday night game. It just shouldn't be a thing.
Are they allowed to play Saturday games now? Is that something that's possible?
They can play Saturday, and I don't know if I was still coaching out there. I don't know if I was still coaching Jason at Jenkins when we played Kathleen on MLK Day. But you just look for days that that folks are going to be out and because you want excitement for games like that. And I just don't know if it's as big a deal nowadays as it was then. But it was a big deal then, and so you're definitely right. I mean, people don't want to play each other. They don't want to be seen. Even like with some of these people that don't have full schedules, but they're not playing the people in their district. Back in the day.
Look at Skip last week. Say he couldn't get certain games from certain people.
And
blah blah blah. Polk County coaches.
I was going through schedules last week, not last week, the other day, and I saw where it's a couple teams that are not playing district games. District people 2 times, which that's your prerogative. But I just, it was just understood back then that you're gonna play a home and a home against everybody in your district, and then you're gonna go and you're gonna, play them in the um you're gonna send them in the district more than likely. But some people don't want to be
got a good point.
And that's big too. You gotta have admin that wants to be out there. I know
admin lazy.
The thing that when I was at that's true. When I was at Jenkins, I was the coach, but I was also a dean, so I was considered admin. So it was sometimes where I just said I was the admin and the coach. I kind of did, I did both, and so it worked out. I know on Saturdays, most times I kind of did both, even though you weren't supposed to do that. I was able to kind of just sign my name as the admin, but admin sometimes feel like, man, I'm doing all this work during the week. I done been to all these different things. I done been to chorus stuff. I done been to ROTC. I done been to FFA, and now I got to come out here on a Saturday when that's my weekend. That's a tough sell to some admin.
Hey, should have went down to middle school or elementary. Then you signed up a high school. It's part of the piece to the puzzle.
It's
got to represent.
It's a tough one. I can see both sides. I never had a problem when I was admin, but I understand that some admins
they want that money, but they don't want to work for it. They want that extra money.
But if I done been to 4 events already this week, and then you tell another one on Saturday, I got to go to. If I already been to orchestra, if I done been,
that's why they got 3 or 4 ads. They got like four admins per high school, 4 to 6 now.
Right. What I'm saying is, it's like, how many events go on during the week. So if I got 4 admin and it's 20 events in a week, we already done did 16 events before Saturday. Yeah, a piece. It's just, I get both sides. I get the school side, but I also get, and there's some lazy admins, but there's some admins that support. But it's just, at some point they got to be able to go home too. So that's me with my coach hat on and my admin hat on. I can see both sides of that.
I don't want to be talking about why anybody in the stand. I don't want to see a boys basketball game with one side of the bleachers pushed in.
Yeah, and that happens a lot more than it should.
It should, because of who they playing, especially on the Friday night. You got a Friday night game, you better not have no bleacher pushed in, one side pushed in, man. I don't been to a Friday night game, and I was like, why that side of the bleachers? I think it was Lake Gibson a couple years ago. It's like, dang, why the bleachers have pulled in on a Friday night? So I don't know. I just had that on my mind. Like, it ain't gonna, coaches gonna do what they want to do. But it's kind of whack when you ain't got the rivalry games. Just the names alone. I don't care if they sorry. You can market Lake Wells, Kathleen, Bartow, Lake Wells, Haines City, Lakeland, Winter Haven. You just market those games on a Friday night, and you got all week to push that up, man. And hey,
it's definitely something. And like you said, we're gonna do what we can. When we come on Sunday, we gonna hype the games of the week and go into all the games and that kind of stuff. So we're gonna do our part, and hopefully that'll help. The schools and the teams get some people out there to actually check the kids out.
Hey, Darryl, man, like I said, buddy, go do middle school or elementary. But yeah, I get it. Saturday is tough. I just do it. I didn't even know you can do on Saturdays.
Yeah.
But Friday night, them rival games. But yeah, I get it. Yeah,
like I say, as an admin, I can see both sides of that as an admin. If I done been to 4 things this week, and then you telling me to come out here on a Saturday too, that's a tough one. Now if I'm sitting there ain't doing nothing, and all I'm gonna do is Saturday, it's like you said, it's up to that admin too. When they have admin meetings and you have all the events for that week, you kind of pick what you're gonna cover. The same people keep covering stuff, that becomes tough. I used to be, sometimes at Jenkins, I used to be like the admin, and I would, if it was a girls basketball game, some weeks I would cover girls basketball and soccer the same night. Just, walk up and down, and I'm there, I got my phone or whatever, just to kind of balance it out. So it becomes a lot, especially in the springtime when they start doing all those award ceremonies and performances and all that stuff. It got a lot more on your plate in the spring and the fall. Yeah. But I get it. So,
well, we got our first guest ready, man. We're gonna get the ball rolling.
Okay. Well, like I say, once again, we continue with our preseason media days, getting ready for the season. Everything kicks off next week with teams start their the boys. The girls are already starting this week, but the boys next week they start their tip off. around the area. Some going to be local, some will be out of the way. But the first team we got on, and they made it to the playoffs last year. They got an alumni coaching them, and had a lot of conversation this week. Not this week, a lot of conversation this off season with activity that's been going on, and so we're excited to get him on. This is a hard guy to get in contact with, so we appreciate the time he's going to show us. So first up from Kathleen High School, Coach Andre Shaw.
Rich, we just staying safe, bro. We staying safe. Hope all well with you, man.
Yeah, we good. We good, Newt. Just trying to make it. What's going on, Coach?
Hey, what's up, Coach? How you doing?
All right, man. We appreciate you. Appreciate you taking a little time, man. Taking a little time in the man cave to talk about your team, about your program, about your kids. As y'all get ready to toss it up and get going for another season.
Yeah. What's up, my boy?
All right.
So, Coach, how it goes, Coach? We give you a chance to do your opening statement or kind of talk about what you want to talk about, and then we ask you some questions. You and your kids some questions, then you finish up with anything that you want to kind of finish up with. So
before he gets started, I got a Shaw story. All right. I'm at the wing house watching football. Shaw come in, sneak in there. Act like he was calling him, you know what I'm saying? He walk out, come back in. Shaw, come here, man. What's going on? I asked my boy one question, man. My boy ran out of that building, man, like he was playing for Kathleen football still. Hey, ask him one question, man.
Man, he can't get it to you. Ask him to him.
He didn't want to give it to me, but he gonna give it to me today because Shaw ran a 4-2 out that door, man.
Oh man. Hey, man. Might have had some stuff that was pressing that he had to get to. So
yeah, he had to get the wings. He had to get the wings to them kids.
Oh, that's probably what it was, Coach. Coach,
they get a little hungry,
Yeah.
Feed them.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you, man. So you go ahead and you can make open a statement or anything you want folks to know. Anything you want to say to start things off.
I appreciate you guys having me. This is not one of the things that I do, but for my guys, I got to do this type of thing for not just for the kids, for you guys too, because I know you guys on a personal level. You know what I'm saying? So anytime you guys ask me to do something like this, and I'll do it. I'm very excited about this year. I got a bunch of, as I said earlier in the previous podcast, a bunch of what I call no-name kids that I think that's really hungry and athletic and ready to get after people this year. This type of stuff that I kind of love with these guys because they hungry, and with that being said, they're like the type of players that I was myself. I wasn't the biggest, strongest, and the fastest, but I just had a certain grit about me that I said to myself that, hey, man, look, if you willing to work hard and put in the work, you're gonna be successful. So I got a couple guys returning, a couple starters returning back. Marcellus Thomas, he's a guy that's been with me. This will be my first kid that's been with me all 4 years. And I'm very proud of that. He's had my back since day one. He could have went anywhere else. He could have went anywhere else, but he decided that, hey, I love it here. I'm gonna stay here with my coach. And hey, he's one of those guys. He's very soft-spoken, but he's a hard worker, and he's gonna help lead us to where we need to be at this year. My other starter coming back is you guys know him as Andre Shaw Jr., but his nickname is AJ. I'm excited about him this year. He's coming to his own now, and it's one of those things where you can look at it. I can look at him, and he gives me that look like, Dad, stop worrying about me. I got this. I'm just ready to play and show everybody that I belong here, and I'm one of the top players around the county. I also bought one of my guys came in this year for me. He came from Tech.
Yeah, who was that guy? Who was that?
My name is Jimmy Huff.
Oh, okay. So you came right to it. You ain't even want us to ask the question, huh?
I'm going to put it out there for you,
Because you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming, baby. It was coming because I had no heard about it. That's why you did that. Hey, that's why you struck out that door that day.
Coach, and I said to myself, I said, you know what? Ain't no use holding it. Let me go ahead and let you know he's here. He's a transfer from Tech. He's gonna help us get to where we need to be at. You know, on the same note, he's a guard. He can do a few things, but I just let you see for yourself, and you can judge him off of what you see. You know, but I'm excited this year, man. You know, I talked to you guys often about the program, and this is one of the most exciting teams I'm ready to see. Is we can go back to old school ball where we can press, we can do stuff that I like to do. You know, my pride and joy will be our defense. We'll score a lot by committee. If guys run and press and play defense, I see Hen on here talking noise, but I'm gonna get to him later. I ain't gonna start with him. but guys, I'm just happy these guys are ready to be in the fold, and I'm just happy we having a season. You know, through this COVID stuff, it was tough to get guys in during the summer, but guys really want to be in here. You know, and I appreciate them about, you know, keeping themselves safe, keeping their bodies intact, because, you know, unlike football, you quarantine for 10 to 14 days. That's like 5 or 6 games for us. That's like a third of your season. You know,
so I got a question. I got 2 questions for you, Coach, on that. That was a good point. Number one, you got some dogs like you? Because Coach, Coach, now I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna call you out. Now you saying you got some dogs like Shaw,
Coach,
the 97 Shaw.
Tell you like this, Coach. I'm so excited for these guys to get on the court and see what they made of. Because I see it in practice every day. So I want you guys to see it. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you know me, let me write this down.
Let me put this in my notes. You said you got some dogs like 97 Shaw, because I'm gonna be looking for that. So look, them guys sitting right there.
Uh-huh.
And what little AJ? I saw AJ around that corner.
Right here. Twist it a little bit.
Right here. Y'all, your daddy say y'all some dogs now.
Yeah, we is.
I want to see that. You know. Then the next question, Shaw, is what are you gonna do? How do you plan to handle or prepare yourself for the COVID situation? Because like you said with football, and we haven't asked any coaches this question, so I'm glad you brought it up. What are you doing, or what can you do right now to kind of prevent your kids from getting caught up in that situation? Because I just read the other day, well, I didn't read, I heard the other day about the Lake Gibson running back Jalen was in the class where someone caught COVID, and he's out for 10 days. And like you said, that's about 5 or 6 games. So are they allowing you guys to do any precaution as athletes in the sports, or y'all just they got to go to their class, or can they do e-learning on campus and be locked in?
What they're doing, you have to go to your class. You know, that's the sad thing about it. But the only thing we can do as the basketball coaches is to make sure that you're preaching to you guys to take care of yourself, stop being around. You know, when you go home, go home. You know, when you're done with workouts, take your stuff off, throw it in the wash right then and there. We sanitize the basketballs every practice. We make sure the coaches we wear gloves, we wear masks every practice. We make sure guys are staying, you know, safe and kind of away from each other. I mean, it's tough for us, a person like me, because I'm a hands-on coach, but at the same time, I don't want to lose a guy because of stuff like that. You know, the only coincidence is like you're in a class and somebody else get exposed to it.
And football, you know, football's already went through that, so I didn't know if Kathleen actually made some different adjustments for the athletes so it wouldn't happen anymore. But if they go into class, it's like flipping a coin, man, because you don't know what the other kids are doing. So you just gotta pray y'all boys stay safe, man. Y'all continue to stay safe, wear your mask at all times, man.
And they actually have at the campus turned it up on another level with wearing the mask. You know, keeping the mask up, because you know if they put it below their nose or they bring it here just to have a conversation. And like even in my class, I get on my kids about it. Like, hey, you know, I can't afford right now to quarantine for no 10 days. That rhythm for your team and for your season. So it's a tough thing. We just gotta try to prepare for it and hope and wish and pray for the best.
Yeah. Hey, I got Monty, little Monty, Marcellus. How you doing, boy?
I'm good.
So the pressure is on you, man. As a senior, this your team, this your ball club. You know, y'all lost one of y'all top players. What have you done for yourself as far as preparing to be the leader and take over this team the way Coach Shaw wants you to do?
Just speaking up more for myself and for my team. Make sure I do what I got to do.
That's big. To hear you say vocal, that's real big. That's real big for you because you always been a quiet assassin, and you know, I feel like y'all gonna be the next level the way y'all want to. It should be you to speak up. AJ, what you doing since the summer? I ain't seen you since we did a little workout. So what have you been doing, my boy?
Same thing, speaking up for myself and for the team. Just making sure what I need to do.
You got to be aggressive, man. You got to be aggressive day in, day out. Like you know what I'm saying. You can be a shooter. Don't look at shots and be depending on not to take them. Let your daddy pull you out for taking too many before you just sit back and not take them shots. The same AJ we saw again in Lakeland, you got to be consistent like that, you know. So get a ball to Coach. I'm gonna pass the ball to Coach Barnes.
AJ, before I ask your dad, son, your fifth grade teacher says to make sure that you know that she expecting big things out you this year without me saying her name. You know she is. I know her pretty well too. So she expecting big things from you this year. So please make sure that she wanted to make sure that I told you that, you know, on the air if you was gonna be on here. Coach Shaw, question for you. How is it? Couple questions. First question is, you are an alumni coach. Tuma talked about you being there in '97, and now you back coaching. How is it coaching as an alumni at the school? Is there any extra pressure? Is it any type of, or is it just kind of a surreal? Is it just normal? How is it coaching at your school that you kind of help build?
To me, it's still kind of hurt on a personal note. It still kind of seems unreal that you're here at a school that you used to walk the hallways with, with your teammates, and it's like you just blessed because everybody don't get a chance to go back to the school that you came from and help build a program. Pressure wise, I put more pressure on myself than anybody. I'm the type, the fire still burns up in me even when I'm playing. If you see me on the sideline, you see that towel ain't just to be pretty. I'm sweating. I'm in the game. I'm hyped up, just like I'm one of the guys, because I know what it means to myself personally and to this program to get it where it needs to be.
Hey, he ain't on him because he filming this just in case you slip up and say some slick stuff. He filming this to remind himself. Because you up 2-0 on here right now at the varsity level, at the level that counts. He ain't the JV coach no more. He got beat twice. You swept him last year. So you got to keep that going. That's why he ain't on here. He filming you right now.
On here today, I get a phone call in about an hour and say, Coach, you didn't say anything about this kid. Now, what happened? And I'm like, Coach, you run your program, I'm gonna run mine. We understand, but on the court, hey, we got to be enemies at that time.
It's basketball season. It's personal right now. Hey, y'all be friends after that. It's personal right now.
Coach, another question, Coach. I asked Coach Skip this last week because he can relate to it, and so can you. How is it coaching your son? Is it extra pressure? Is it more pressure? Is it a negative, positive? How is it? Because y'all two, the only two I think in the county that's actually coaching y'all kids this year. So how is it coaching your son?
Well, I mean, these first 2 years, it was pressure. It was high expectations of him being him. You know what I'm saying? It was high expectations. You got a guy coming in that expects him to.
Uh-oh.
He coming back. He got that Metro.
Oh boy, got that Metro.
Coach, you got the iPhone and you still got a Metro.
Oh, Coach, don't do it like that. It was pressure more of her, just him becoming his own person. Because at the end of the day, I am a father, and you kind of got to balance that thing. You can't put too much pressure on your child to be something that he's not at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Me and him share two different worlds when it came to the game of basketball. I was more want to be in the mix of things, to be the aggressive part, and he was more like trying to find his own. You know, he was more the quiet type and try to fit in and do the right thing. I was more of the I want to be wherever it's at, wherever it's thick at in the mix. I just want to be that type of player. You know, you just gotta. It's tough to balance and I had opportunity to watch my coach, Coach Jones, coach his son. So I would go to him and ask him those type of questions, and he was like, "Coach, it's tough. It's times where you want to dig into him, and then it's times you gotta let him figure it out on his own." You know. So,
Hey, you know what's amazing? Before we move on, man, we got more Red Devils in here today than they probably even come to the game. Jimmy ain't been on here in probably 6 weeks. I ain't seen London on, but hey, all the Red Devils, they know you on this week, Coach. They coming.
They heavy on here, Coach.
They heavy on here.
we stick together.
I see it.
And as soon as they log off, watch the numbers go right down. As soon as they're gonna be gone. They ain't staying around, but I see it, Coach. I've been seeing the numbers just keep going up.
Hey, Coach, I know you lost KJ, so we got to talk about that a little bit more. You also lost KJ's dad as a coach. So my first thing, like, what have you adjusted? Is your coaching staff still the same? Has things changed? What have you done as far as that?
Okay, for my JV role, Terry Colson will be my JV coach, and he had experience doing that before because he actually coached JV before Coach Parker got here. As my coaching staff, it pretty much stayed the same. Coach Hughes, I'm gonna say Coach Hughes because he don't want me calling by his first name, so he's stepped it up for me this year and taking a bigger role in acclimating stuff in our defensive and offensive stuff. So it's pretty much the same, but it's more like, you know, we're just back to the grind now, like back to blockade, and let's just work from there.
So did you transfer play point guard or he play guard?
Play both.
So you got a point, you got a piece because that was the biggest concern that we've had at Polk in our conversation. Who's gonna play point guard for Kathleen?
He's a combo guard, but he'll play the point. I also play some point too. So I got two pretty good combo guards that can handle the rock and take care of that job for me.
So you don't got one particular point guard. They both gonna mix it and just bring it up pretty much. Okay.
And I guess Tuma kind of asked the question because we've asked this question to everybody, so we want to make sure and ask it to you and give you the chance to respond on it. You can speak on it. You can not speak on it. You lost KJ, and you also, I guess, lost the Munoz kid. So we've given everybody a chance that's been affected by transfers to speak on it or not speak on it for the kids that you left. And now we know that you got a kid that you brought in. Kind of tell us if you want to speak on the kids that left, you can. If not, the whole process. But we want you to tell us about your new kid, and then we're gonna ask them a couple questions. After that.
I mean, I'll speak on the at first the kids that left. You know, my big thing is I'm not in this to downgrade kids or talk bad about them. I've never been that type of guy. You know, our coach. I come from the Boys and Girls Club. You know. I always been with helping kids, and if I'm not a fit for them, then hey, I'd rather you go somewhere where you think is a good fit for you, and I don't worry about if you're going to be here or not. That's just my personal opinion. You know, wherever you feel the grass green on the other side, then that's what you do. I'm going to coach the guys that's going to be here and want to be here with me. You know, that's just my thing on the kids that, you know, that go and leave. Like, just as much, and I just know that's a new age today, and I got accepted. Do I like it? No, because I got a good relationship with some of these guys. For instance, with KJ, I see KJ almost once a week. You know, and he hugs me. We talk basketball, stuff like that, and that just, you know, that's just what it is. You know,
who else transferred?
The Munoz kid transferred to Winter Haven.
Who was that?
The young kid that remember Coach Woodside said a young shooter. He was a freshman last year. He was 2023 kid.
Oh, okay.
We know you're the 2023 kid. If it ain't, it's a couple of it you know about. They ain't the first.
He wasn't on varsity last year.
No.
No, he wasn't on varsity last year.
So it's a who is that? It's basically who is that?
But
That's why.
they were expecting him to contribute to the team.
No, that's the little red devil that came out of me. You know, my little nephew / cousin red devil. So I'm like, who is that? Like,
Yeah,
I'm saying that for the red devil. Like, who is that?
I know. Just on the note of the guy of a kid coming in, you know, at the same time, when kids come in that transfer in, they don't know me that well. I don't know them that well, but it must be some I'm doing pretty good for guys that even though I'm losing some guys, there's some guys that want to come in and want to play for me. You know, this kid Jimmy, he came in, he moved in the area, want to play for me, and I'm like, hey, I know this kid can play. So of course, I ain't no dummy. Even though I'm letting kids go, I ain't gonna turn no kid away, especially when I know he can get out, he can flat out play. So, you know, and I'll let you ask Jimmy.
Oh yeah, he finna get on this hot seat right now. Step in on the hot seat, man.
So is Jimmy, that's your name?
Sure.
So you coming from Tampa Bay Tech. So how has the move been from Tampa Bay Tech to Kathleen?
I mean, it's been more of like the atmosphere, like Hillsborough County, you know, it's more of kind of passive and, you know, because I'm very humble on the court. But over here is more of aggressive. And, you know, I'm an energetic guy, so once I feel energy, I move by energy. So once energy catch me off guard, oh, I'm with it. Like I'm ready to eat, ready to do everything what it takes to, you know, get to that mission and that goal.
This Polk kind of basketball now, you know, it's a little different than Tampa, Hillsborough. Y'all play a little soft over there. Y'all play zones and stuff. You stepping into where these dogs at. You prepared for that? You prepared for that full court pressure?
Man, you know who Hayes is, Coach Hayes?
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to play for Tony Bradley. You already know what's going on.
Oh, so you Polk kind of familiar then. This ain't nothing new.
Yeah,
somebody made a phone call outside the show then. I get it. I get it then. I get that. Hey, Shaw, I had some pressure on you, man. I don't know if Broke told you before you got this kid here about the record. So I can take that back now. Y'all expected to compete in the district.
Well, the segue to that, Shaw, talk about the district. That's the next, and fellas, we'll come right back to y'all. Talk about your district as far as the teams and how you feel like y'all match up with the people in your district.
I think we match up pretty well with the people in our district. The only team in our district that I think that has some size like that is Plant City. They got the big kid. I call him Big Country, and he can play, you know. But just height wise and depth wise, I think we match up pretty good in our district. I think I'm expecting, and I'm holding these three accountable. I'm expecting to be in the district championship this year again at Kathleen High School, not at Tender Rock, at Kathleen this year.
So to you three guys, what can people expect from, I heard coach, but from you all as players, what can people expect out of Kathleen High School as far as when they come in the gym, what type of basketball can they expect to see from you guys this year?
Well, first is more of energy, especially on the defensive end, because, you know, Kathleen more of like a defensive squad, so, you know, we ready getting your stuff, you feel me? So, you know, we just rocking and rolling.
Hey, if you picking up 90 feet, Coach Shaw, what made you to make that decision this year compared to last year? You got better athletes on your team this year? Because you saying 94 feet. Like you got some beasts playing defense.
I got very athletic guys that can run and do a lot of stuff.
Were they on JV or something, or they was on varsity?
A lot of them was on JV.
Okay, see, I that's why I want to know, because I'm looking at what I saw last year. I'm like, you saying 94 feet, Coach?
Yeah, a lot of them was on JV, and we actually did a lot of that with that JV team. But coming in this year with our size, of course, AJ will have to play some inside, and Marcellus is tough enough to, if I had to, put him inside. But on the other end, that means you got to play us. So that means we're going to run and press and get those turnovers and make sure you got your track shoes on when you play.
Hey, it's Jimmy, right? I want to make sure I get kid name right, Jimmy. So Billy D was one of your coaches as well. You know Coach Billy D?
Billy D, yeah, that's my man. That's my man.
So after this we gonna know a lot about you, Jimmy. Billy D. You lucky he ain't on here right now. Gee, you got off good. You got off real good, man.
Coach, how many guys you got? Because I know your football team in the playoffs. They got a game tomorrow night. How many football guys do you have? Because next week you all in tip-off classes, so you won't have them possibly if they win tomorrow. You won't have them next week. So how many guys you got coming from football?
He'll have all the players. He'll have all the players next week. Let's get that out of the way. They'll be at practice Monday.
How many guys just in case, how many guys you got out there? How many football guys you got?
I got 6 of them, Coach.
6 of them.
They'll be at practice Monday then. Are you gonna play them?
Six guys that you count on from football, then the 3 guys you got right here on the show right now. So you're looking at 9 deep.
Possibly 10.
Possibly 10.
Hey, Mark,
I know you're real quiet.
The top guards night in, night out, keep them away. I ain't playing full court.
I know my team real quiet. I saw him last week. I saw him at the Kathleen Lake Gibson game last week, and he was strolling. He was walking real light. So, what can we expect? You being a 4-year guy, you're the only one that's. I mean, you can relate to Coach Shaw because he was a 4-year guy at Kathleen. You're a 4-year guy at Kathleen. Talk about how it's been from freshman year to senior year. What's been different? Your role from then and now, and where you see y'all at this year.
I say like my freshman year, like I was just getting into it, so I didn't really know like too much like what was going on and how big it was. Yeah, like going to my sophomore and junior year, that's when I started like trying to like figure everything out. That's when I became a guard and trying to bring the ball up. And like towards this year, that's when I started becoming more of a leader, more vocal, and started leading everybody where we trying to go.
How do you feel when you hear people talk about, and I know you hear it and you see it, how do you feel when people talking about Kathleen not really giving y'all respect, I guess, that you feel like y'all deserve being at your Kathleen? And you can answer it or Shaw can answer it. Really, Jimmy can't answer because he just got here. But how do you all feel when you hear that kind of like in the streets, on social media, things of that nature? How do y'all respond to that?
Honestly, we don't really care for it too much because we already used to it. We already in like that.
Yeah, y'all ain't getting respect from us right now until y'all win 10 games.
And we fine with that. We live by this motto this year. We either gonna eat or we come down. I
need them 10 games so I can be proven wrong.
CK Barker is saying that Jimmy Buckets is gonna be the best guard in the county. So whoever that is, he and Shaw, it's you know we try to do the breaking news with the transfers on the show on the page. You've been real quiet with this one, and I understand, I get it. But TJ got on here a couple weeks ago and almost let out talking about we got this kid, and so Tuma was asking him, and he wouldn't never answer. So I guess he had said too much. Yeah. And so now we know that you've been quiet. We know why you've been quiet, and I ain't gonna put it on you. I know we go way beyond Polk hoops and everything, and you ain't let your boy know, but I get it. I get it, and that's fine. We'll give you a pass on that one, Coach.
TJ brought that thing out, and when I was on here, and I had to call TJ and told him, "Hey,
we're gonna be a good help for them though.
Get your mouth. You talking too much now. We
too much
in the lab, and we
work. I just had to ask.
Make sure everything is right before. And I talked to him about it. He said, "Coach, I heard about one, but I hear you got a couple other ones that's supposed to come in too." And I got up out of there and I said, "Well, Coach, I just see you when we jump the ball. That's it."
So, Coach, we just talked about it before y'all got on here. People not wanting to share where they playing at, and not wanting to play each other. So we give you a chance to kind of talk about where y'all will be at next week. Mook say that y'all ain't gonna be in full force because they winning tomorrow night, so you won't have the football guys. What Mook just said. So whoever you're gonna have, if you want to let people know where y'all gonna be at next week, so they can come check y'all out. If you want to be quiet about it, like some other people have been, that's fine too. We want to give you the chance to kind of,
Oh no, Coach, he can't be quiet. No, he got to let us know he playing because he ain't at Gibbs. So no, we need to know what's up.
I'm not at Gibbs this weekend. Next week, I'm looking for email confirming for another. Somebody just dropped out of St. Tip off. So I'll got
tip off
thing in the morning for the tip off class.
For what's tip off? Somebody dropped out of.
Somebody dropped out of Frostproof. Somebody dropped out of what's the other school? It's two of them that they need one more spot. So I two of them because under the circumstance, I was going to Gibbs. Murphy, my guy from Florida Southern days. So I wanted to. When we chopped it up last year, I told him I'd come to him. But
COVID killed that though.
Yeah.
Has it been trouble with you filling your schedule, or you got a full schedule? You want to talk about your schedule and kind of who y'all playing and some highlights of it if you want to?
We can talk about the schedule. We're going over there to Central Florida for our Christmas tournament, Central Florida Christian Academy. We're going over there for our Christmas tournament. Since everything you can't touch, they got to touch Polk County, And I was on here a little earlier. You guys were talking about why teams don't play, other teams in the county. I mean, I don't know why. I do. Now, for the purpose of me doing like a preseason or a Christmas tournament, the reason I go different directions is because I want to see guys that I might have the potential to see in the playoffs. See what I'm saying? So
that makes sense. When we say make it make sense, that makes sense. So you're looking to look at other people. I get that.
For instance, like the fall league, I always go to the fall league over there in Tampa. So if Hillsborough was in the fall league in Tampa last year, I would have seen them and been able to see them a few times. So maybe when we played them in the playoffs, we could have handled it a little better. You know what I'm saying? So when I go down south, like I go down to Fort Myers, I get to see some of those teams during the Christmas tournament. Those are potential teams that I might play in the playoffs. It's kind of like, but the county teams, I don't know why people don't scale the county. I scale all the county teams. I don't care who you are.
Well, you one of the few that, like, even when we talked about the Polk hoop tip off, you was all in for it. So I mean, we basically definitely weren't talking about you. It just kind of throws off the experience that the kids can get because they don't get to play against everybody. They see these kids all summer, they transition playing on the same team with them, and then you get in the season, and then they don't even get to play each other. So that's kind of like crazy. Back when you played, it was you played everybody in the county. It just you to make it. That's why basketball was such a big deal back then because Friday nights you could choose whether you're going to Lakeland, Kathleen, or Lake Wells, Kathleen, or Haines City, Lakewood. You chose. You knew you had some games to go to that was going to keep you in your seat. Now it's like who play.
And to piggyback on that Hillsborough thing, Coach. I know you all made it to the playoffs last year. You got in. You got 20 wins. You won the district regular season. So congrats on that. First of all, I know the season didn't end how you wanted it to. But this question is to Lil Monty and Lil Shaw. You all got a taste of the playoffs last year. What does it take to take the next step forward? What do you all think as players, not as coach? I know Coach Shaw know. He got an idea. And then, Jimmy, I don't know if Tech made it to the playoffs last year or not, but kind of the same question to you. But what is it? What do you all think? What do you all see you need to do in order to take that next step since you've had a taste of the playoffs now?
Gotta work harder. That's it. Just keep pushing. That's we need to play more as one team and not separate.
And for me, it's more of not working hard, but working smarter because, you coming down the stretch and, some players get hurt during them times and, they be injury prone. So you got to keep taking care of your body and keeping it a unit as one. You got to get coaches involved, staff, assistant, everybody to be as one and, to keep the motivation going, keep the energy, keep flowing. Because, you can light a candle and it can eventually, flare up. So you got to just keep that energy flowing.
I like that analogy. See Monty laughing. I like that analogy, Jimmy Bucket. That's pretty tight for a high school kid to come with that. You're a junior or senior? What are you? Senior?
Yeah, 2021, yeah, senior.
2021, okay. All right. I got to go do my research. Since now I officially know who you is, now I got to go. Y'all making me work. I thought I had it all worked out, but I got to do some research now. I got to go. I know about Monty. I know about Lil Shaw, Lil AJ. Had no clue about you, so now I got to go back in. But that's cool. That's what keep us going. We keep us on the toes. So we appreciate it.
I got on the phone, so I know a little bit. Billy D was telling me a little bit about him.
Okay, so
that's why Shaw smiling.
That's why he's smiling. Hey, when we saw him at Bubba's party, he was smiling. He wasn't looking stressed, was he? Nah, he ain't been looking stressed for a minute now. As stressed as you would think he would look, But we get it now. We get it now. So you can tell it now. You can put it. And the first thing is when I looked, I'm like, I know Monty, I know AJ, but I don't know this other guy with this shirt on. But he even to put him on here in front of people unless it's something to him. So we get it. We get it, Coach. We get it, and we appreciate it. We can respect it. We can respect that. So, well, Coach, we about to finish up, man. We appreciate your time. So we want to give you a chance for either you and the kids, anybody, all of y'all to kind of give some closing remarks, a statement, everything that you want folks to know as we get ready to finish up with you.
I'll go first, fellas. First and foremost, I got to give a shout out to, the Red Devil Nation because, hey, win, lose, or draw.
They deep on here, Coach.
They gonna ride with me. So
they deep in here for you right now.
They gonna ride with me, and they gonna be unapologetic on how they feel about their Red Devils now. Whether they on me, the players, or whatever, they just want to see Kathleen back to where it go. Shout out to my coaching staff, and my coaches' wives and my wife that been putting up with us for this whole Corona thing. We have to come home and stay safe and make sure we don't carry this stuff back to our families. And just the whole, Kathleen community that makes us run, But I can guarantee you'll see some exciting stuff this year.
So no attention this year. The attention we going more than 10 games.
So that's why you was laughing when he said attention. That's why you was laughing, and that's why the Kathleen folks say we tried y'all with the ranking. Because y'all know y'all had the Jimmy kid and we didn't know that. See, we didn't know. Make sure you clarify that. We doing the ranking off what we know y'all got, and we didn't have all of the pieces to it. But that's cool though.
Coach, I told Broke you ain't had no point guard. I said, man, Charlotte gonna be in trouble without no PG.
Yeah. And you right. I mean, we just keeping it together and just in here grinding. Anytime we get a chance to get in there and grind, we grinding. I know school today, guys. They doing calisthenics, sending videos in to us, and you got to do something. So.
Well, I tell you that both Tuma and Billy D had y'all making the playoffs.
I was being nice. I was only being nice at the time because I had already put that pressure on Broke.
Yeah.
So I was being nice on the live. It's a lot of pressure for me, though. I tell it on live. I'm a Red Devil fan. It ain't no secret to that. So I say it. I was being nice. Monty was on here. I ain't want Monty going back and forth on the post. I believe it now. We got the top secret out. We got an additional weapon, but it's still some pressure on y'all. So Billy D had you making the playoffs. I just said it just to agree, but I do believe it now. I can see why you smiling.
And so, Coach, the way the district go with the top seed again, top seed home game, y'all doing the same way y'all did last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Coach, have they gave y'all any rules on the audience, like how many people can come in and watch the game? Do y'all know anything about that side of it? Mandatory mask coming in the gym. What's is there any rules that y'all been told? Because we don't know anything.
Not necessarily as of right now, but I'm pretty sure they're going to implicate some probably within the next week or two.
What they do anything with the girls? The
girls played and they had no rules or nothing for preseason.
Oh wow!
My niece plays for the girls, so they had no rules. They had the bus rules now. They had the bus rules. You got to sit every other seat, and I got to write down a chart of who's sitting in what seat and the whole nine, that type of stuff. But just right now they gonna make you wear your mask.
So it's up to the school. Pretty much the school is determining how they do the games then.
Yeah.
Okay, because Eric just came on here and said 50%. Hey, do y'all guys got any questions about your ranking? Do y'all feel in the type of way that we can give you answers? Y'all ain't up in there. You can't be ranked, Jimmy. We don't know you. Hey, we'll catch you after a couple games when you get a player of the week. So, but go ahead and ask the question, Jimmy. Go ahead and ask.
Hold on, before that, let's be clear now. When we do the rankings, Monty, look, dude, your mama's on here saying you a guard. We never said you was not a guard. At least I don't remember nothing that Pokusa did ever said you wasn't a guard. So I don't want to disrespect you or have your mom mad at us, but we say you wasn't a PG.
Yeah, you're not a point guard.
We ain't never saw you as a PG. I don't know if that's how you see yourself. We've always said you was a shooting guard or a combo guard. We never saw you as a PG. So want to make sure we say that before you.
Are we wrong? Let us ask you that. Are you a?
You tell us what you are, and that's where we'll put you at from now on.
I don't got that.
Are we wrong?
I'm a combo guard, really.
Well, you ain't a point guard then. Exactly our point.
You're not a PG. You can play the point, but that's not all you do.
Yeah.
And that's so we just want to make sure we click on. We don't want, you know.
You play any point last year? I didn't see you running the point last year.
I ran it back. Me and KJ, we ran it back and forth.
Okay. All right, cool.
Go ahead. So go ahead and say what you was gonna say. I just want to say that because your mom had kind of chipped in just then, and we don't want them mad at us.
Oh, they only care about our ranking and jump. I'm just trying to please. I know I can do it, so I ain't really discussing like that.
We just give the players a chance to speak on the rankings because we know everybody not fans of them. Only one person is actually questioning us, and that was last week. Vez kid from Lakeland actually said something, but every time rankings come up, kids kind of fold their arms and they kind of sit back in their chair and they ball their face up. So we just want to make sure we consistent and be fair and give y'all a chance to speak on it, you know.
Auburndale kids all fold their arms, ain't none of them want to say nothing. So y'all want to say something, y'all, and we'll give y'all honest opinion on it if y'all got questions on it. Even you, Jimmy, because you wanted to ask the question, so I want you to ask that question.
On me personally, rankings, I mean, all my life I've been like, you know, underrated. So being underrated and being a humble child, it really wasn't like a thing for me because I don't like too much attention. I like to just keep moving forward, keep focusing on my goal instead of someone else's. Because the more you keep focusing on who in front of you or who behind you, you're gonna leave yourself behind. So just, you know, keep working hard because eventually, at the end of the day, everybody working is for a scholarship, no matter where you go. And then at college, and then go down from there because it's gonna be better players than you. You're gonna be probably, you know, you feel me? Like it's just more. It's more than just basketball. It's more of business than anything. So you can't get your feelings mixed up with business because you're gonna end up losing yourself. So,
Hey,
coach, you got a kid with some IQ over there.
Yeah.
Hey, get that on the court.
He impressive, coach. He impressive.
Hey, you get that on the court, coach.
Yeah, Coach Robinson. He impressive, man. I see why you've been holding him off, but you know, we
Hey,
and we fan coach. This big
like I'm a fan of you already.
Hey,
I'm a fan of you.
Like I say,
talk.
We know, dude, we know AJ. We didn't know Jimmy. Coach, we family, but I get it though. We go bigger than Polk hoops. We go bigger than Kathleen, man. But it's all good though. I get it though.
Hey, boy.
It was everything.
Didn't I tell you he ran out of wind? He ran up out of there, man.
That's why he was running. Now we know why he was running. I'm trying to defend him, and now we know why he was running though. So, but yeah, Coach, you good though, Coach. So we appreciate you coming on, man. We appreciate you and the fellas, you know, stopping in. Sorry y'all didn't get a chance to practice today with, you know, everything going on, man. And hopefully y'all, you know, we'll be out to check y'all out. I kind of looked at your schedule last night, what you got on Max Prep. So I don't know if that's it or you're gonna be adding stuff to it. But what I saw on there is a couple games that you got on there that
See you in the morning, Coach.
Yes, sir. So if you send it, we'll post it. Like I said, we're not gonna do anything, you know, that coaches don't want us to. Some coaches don't want us to post their stuff. So we try to be respectful of the team. And then, you know, some people think we hating because we're not posting as much. You know, that we went into that last year a little bit with Kathleen. Folks thought that Polk was hating before they knew who I was and that I'm a Kathleen alumni. Yeah. But I just be respectful of teams and coaches and situations, and the people don't always get that. So Coach Robinson said he need to drop your game, Coach. You got this Jimmy Buckets kid now. He telling me he need to get you off the schedule.
You beat that packet last year, Coach. You beat that packet last year, so he ain't gonna drop you. You beat that packet last year, so he still.
He just playing.
Yeah. Now, y'all gotta go to Auburndale, right? Y'all going over to Auburndale? Oh yeah.
Yeah, Coach. When you get your preseason stuff, if you want us to post it, we'll post it so people can come know where y'all at and come check y'all out. If not, then that's fine. But you know what I'm saying? Just let us know. And because I think at the end of the day, we just want to make sure we want to do our part on Polk Hoops to make sure folks know where the kids at, where they playing at, and give them the best chance to get exposed. That's all we've been doing since we started this. So once you get your stuff together, just let us know and we'll help you out with that. But Coach, now you know you families. We can sit on here and talk the whole show, but we got a couple other people that I guess we're supposed to that's on here in the chat. So
they ain't here. We ain't got no guys in the room though, but they ain't nobody got here yet.
They ain't jumped in yet. Well,
I had something for the kids though, man.
Go ahead, Dan. Go ahead, Coach.
Good luck this year to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up on anything that not only us or the ledger is writing up. You know what I'm saying? You guys win, you get talked about. You don't win, you ain't gonna get talked about. You know what I'm saying? Don't never get too personal caught up on what we got going on. You got great coaches. Listen to your coaches. Produce what you need to produce. Play your roles, and shock the world. Even shock me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I told Broke before Jimmy got there, I ain't think y'all win 10, 11 games, man. With what left? And I ain't even talking about the kid, who at Winter Haven, what his name is? Rodriguez?
Zeke.
Whoever that is. We got to see him. But now y'all got some pressure on y'all, man. Y'all got another guard to come in. Let's see.
Coach, do you want to speak on the rest of your team? Since it's on you. It's on you if we want to give you a chance to speak on not just the three guys that you got in the studio with you, but just your team as a whole. It's on you if you want to. If not, that's fine.
I got a bunch of like I said, we'll be a bunch of what I call no-name guys that really want to get after it. I got well, you guys already know about James Ross. He came here last year and when it was not eligible to play for Plant City. He's going to help us out a lot this year. Returning guy Quentin Lyons. He'll be a lot better this year. The guys that came up are guys that not only I've coached at a younger level, but they also have been coached by some of my staff already. RJ Kelly, you guys know about him. He's an inside outside guy. He would definitely help us on the inside to be some of our muscle. Darion Lowman, another solid kid that plays inside. He's one of those guys that's not scared to touch it. He'll get in there and bang and do what he need to do. It's about 6'2", 6'3", but he plays a lot bigger than what his height is. Drees King, your boy's right there, right, Coach?
No, my boy RJ Kelly. I coached RJ with football back in the day, so I know what you're getting with RJ. Oh, you talking about with the bet with the that's tumor thing? I don't.
Did you?
Huh?
You had Drees, didn't you?
Yeah, at Sleepy Hill, you had a Drees King at Sleepy Hill.
I just saw Drees Sunday. And had a long talk with Drees and Shadarian and Kelly. I saw all of them. I saw all of them Sunday and talked with them.
Those guys are putting up really can really help us. At when I say something about some dogs, those three guys really ready to get after it. Keandre Corbett, he played JV for us last year, ran the point for us actually, and did a hell of a job. And
that's the kid that
Some people before you got Jimmy Butler, some people are saying that was going to be your PG. And I know he probably still going to get some PG minutes, but that's who folks was kind of talking about was Corbett.
Control what's going on out there and get guys in sets.
Hey, tell Mark to leave me alone, man. Mark on my head right now about these games. I just had to put it out there to let you know because the relationship me and you have, I had told Broke one day. Me, Barnes, and Broke on the phone. I was giving y'all the business.
Yeah.
As a fan, so Mark, leave me alone, man. Let Coach finish talking.
I got another kid. He's from here. He was in actually. I'm gonna put it. He was in Louisiana, but he's back now.
You got another transfer?
He's back here in Lake.
Oh man, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about this family relationship, man. That all this transfer portal stuff, and we can't break nothing. All I'm talking about is who leaving Kathleen. I ain't been able to post one thing about who coming to Kathleen, but it's cool though. I get it, Coach.
Coach, I'm sharing it with you guys before anything.
Oh man, it's good though. I get it, Coach. I get it. Everybody different. Everybody, walk different. Everybody don't want their stuff on Polk. Everybody don't want it out there. So I can respect it. I can respect it, Coach. Ain't no pressure. It's good.
He can't actually move back. He's actually some kid on Sylvester Small.
Who was the kid? What's his name?
Jamarion Harrison. He actually had victory his freshman year with Bulldog.
Jim, Missouri, how we gonna be reputable, Jim, Missouri, at Polk Hoops if we ain't getting all the information for folks? Because you know the first thing the Kathleen folks say, Coach, is we hating on Kathleen or we ain't posting y'all stuff. But we need to make sure it's known now. We can only post what we know, what's been provided to us. So if we ain't getting the information, Kathleen Nation, Red Devil Nation, we can't post it. So don't be coming for Polk Hoops saying, oh, y'all ain't posting nothing. Y'all hating on the lean. Y'all this, that, and another when we don't know. And Coach, I got that for folks knew who Polk Hoops was and knew I was a Kathleen alumni. Coach, you used to see it. Coach, I was taking bees last year, Coach, and I had to sit there and be quiet with it now.
Couple times, Coach.
You know, I'm taking bees that I ain't need to get. But it's good. Go ahead, Coach. Let's talk about your kids, Coach. That's good. My bad. Go ahead. I just had to say that.
Hey, Coach, I'm defending for you. I kept saying, listen, I know who Polk Hoops is, so y'all worry about the wrong thing now. You know?
Come on, Coach. They was at me, Coach, and I got to sit there and eat it, Coach. You know how many of them things I ate, Coach, doing again? I want to say something. I sent a text to you, and I just let it go. As long as me and you good, I'm like, all right, I can take it. And me and bro good, I can let the rest of it go. But I'm just like, but anyway, you know. Yeah, Coach, we want to get a chance, you know, to talk about your kids because that's what it's about. It's about your kids and about your team. So that's why you're saying you can go 194 feet because you got 10 guys that you can get in there and jump into people. That's what we getting out of it.
Hey, breaking news, Coach. Coach Hen just snatched the TV off the wall and threw it down on the ground. You said that. That's the breaking news I just got. Coach Hen just snatched the TV off the wall. A $500 TV off the wall and threw it down and broke it.
Coach E say everybody talking about him with the transfers and you ain't been posting yours. And he done asked 3 times where y'all playing at. You act like you don't see him posting it where y'all playing at. My boy trying to get a little, you know.
I know what Coach E doing.
He trying to see what's going on, see what it is.
I already know what Coach E talking about. He want me bad this year, boy.
Hey, my bad. That was just a rumor. Coach Hen still alive. He ain't tear the TV up. That just
Coach Hen is on through YouTube. My boy ain't doing the social media thing right now, Facebook right now, but he checking you out though, Coach. He checking you out. So I don't know if Coach Hen and Coach E knew about Jimmy Buckets before the night or about the Louisiana import. I don't know if it's breaking news there. So this is really breaking news. This is the first time we've gotten breaking news actually on the man cave. So
we a little different over here, Coach. So all us go way back. So.
Yeah, Coach, I get it, Coach. Trust me, I get it, man. I just wanted to be clear with your people because I know sometimes they come at you, come at y'all coaches, and it don't be y'all. But I just want folks to know, since we on here, that look, we only post what is presented to us. Yeah. One thing folks ain't gonna never be able to say is that we talk negative about a kid, about a coach, or about a team. We ain't never did that. We ain't never gonna do that. But we can only post what we know. And if a coach like you didn't send it to us, that ain't nothing on you. You just ain't sent it. But I don't want folks saying, oh, you put all these transfers Auburndale got, you put all these transfers Ridge got, you put all these transfers that everybody else Bartow got, but you ain't putting them about what we got at Kathleen. Well, we ain't posted it because Coach didn't send it. So and Coach didn't want to send it, which that's his prerogative. He ain't got to send it. So that's everybody different with how they go about
But he didn't want to have a joint practice, everything.
Yeah,
now,
he ain't trying to see what's up, Coach.
Yeah. We ain't doing all that Hen at the lean. We ain't doing that, bro.
Coach here stay on his side of town now.
Y'all got Hen. What y'all got Hen? Like the last 2 Fridays, like the last Friday for the district, and then like the beginning of January, the end of January, something like that. I saw it last night when I was looking at the schedule.
Those Fridays, and I'm surprised that most coaches don't do those rivalry on Friday. I know when I do the rivalry games, all them Fridays, if you ain't no rival game, I can't have you. I can't have you. You got to be on Friday.
That's crazy. I just don't understand how like any coaches would schedule a rival game on a Monday or Tuesday, man.
So the kid that's coming from Louisiana is Bulldog, little brother. So we know what he got in him, and if he related to Bulldog.
You got that dog. They got that dog. But Sean, pieces now, man. God, dog, boy. Today was a good day. Hey, we're gonna leave. Hey, when we get out, man, we got to play Ice Cube. Today was a good day.
And let me say this, Coach, before we let you. Let me say this before we let you go to you and your kids. Your summer ranking now. First of all, summer ranking, not preseason ranking. Preseason rankings will come out when we do the show the Sunday before the season starts. But your summer rankings was based off what we projected y'all to return. I see that Jimmy Missouri and Coach Monty, he on his wife's phone, so that he wanted to make sure we knew that. They beat us up at your number 12 ranking. Yeah. But Coach, you ain't tell us about Jimmy Buckets in Louisiana when we did number 12 ranking. So obviously you got more pieces, so that's gonna change because you got more pieces. Because I mean you lost KJ, but sound like you ain't seem like you KJ is a bit lost, but seem like you ain't stressing it because you got a kid that can go in the Jimmy kid. And from what we seen in the chat and folks that's talking about him, and Coach Billy D, if he played with Coach Billy D, then we know he ain't no one thing we're gonna do, Coach and Jimmy and everybody in the chat box, we're gonna be as real as we can be with it. Hopefully that's what folks can expect from us. So we're gonna go off what we
Now, hey, we'll move y'all up to number 11. Just
yeah, but we have to reevaluate things. We have to reevaluate things because
some better than that. Some better than that.
Hey, in Tuma ranking, y'all went from number 12 to number 11.
Hey, Coach DJ, what we don't do, Coach Marlowe, we don't compare kids. So he asking KJ or Jimmy. We haven't seen the Jimmy kid play at all. We just seeing from what we hearing and what we seeing, he can go. But even if we had seen him, we don't compare kids. So we ain't gonna never compare him to KJ. That ain't what we even all about on here. We all about all the kids. So Coach lost a good player, and it looks like he got a good player in return, and that's where we leave it at, and that's where we go with it from.
He got two to fill in.
Coach, he had talked about it his freshman. Says he want to throw the TV down. I got me a pretty good freshman too now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where he from?
Right here.
What school?
And he pretty good.
Did we have Coach? Let me ask you this: did we have him? Because once again, we want folks to know. Did we have him on our summer rankings for freshmen? We did. Okay.
What's his name? Hold on. We ain't holding back now. He here. This is the last time we're gonna talk. You who the freshman is?
Because you might not get me over here till probably the end of the year or something.
I know. We got to get it all now because once you click that button, Coach, it's gonna be a while before we see you like in this setup. So we get it.
Who the freshman is?
He's a twin. He's actually a twin, and he actually played with Coach Wilcox team.
He's 6'4"?
Nah, he's about 6'2".
Is he playing varsity for you or he gonna play JV?
He probably stay with me. He tough.
Oh, ain't no problem at it then, Coach. You trying to be nice. You being nice, man. The man staying with you.
So that's your third person that we said we had him. We had him in the ranking, so we got him.
So you pretty much don't fill in them 14 points that KJ sent over there to Bartow. You don't fill in them 14 points.
We gonna be okay, Coach. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I like this, man.
What's the name say? So from what Coach Mootney said, you won't have the football kids next week. So how many guys will you be taking? How many guys will you be taking with you next week? Then how many guys you dressing next week?
I have about 9 of them.
Nine guys.
A couple of them they'll probably end up moving down to JV once once football players get back. But those guys, some of those guys that would play JV, they actually been playing with me like fall league and stuff like that. So they've been getting some hands-on experience and game time experience and some of that stuff.
So Coach, when the last time Kathleen was back-to-back district champs? Because the way I'm listening and what the chat box is saying, that's kind of the expectation. Y'all back-to-back district champs. It's been a while. You're a Kathleen alumni, so has it been a long time since Kathleen went back-to-back district champs?
Been a while. It's been a while back-to-back. And that's
because y'all district is Lakeland, Jenkins, Crest, Allwood, and Plant City, right? That's the district. Okay. What you think about, Coach, about this COVID stuff? Because y'all not gonna be in the same boat as football where they just throw everybody in there. Like you see tomorrow where Tampa Bay Tech played Bartow in football. And somebody asked me to ask you, Jimmy, what you thought about Tech against Bartow tomorrow night, since you're a Tech guy. And then I know you're away from Tech, but I know you're still your guy. You still roll with your guys. What you think about that?
Yeah, it's gonna be a good matchup because I know a lot of people. They got D1 commits over there, so it's gonna be a good game.
Okay, you're very political with that answer. So, but you see how football, like Tampa Bay Tech and Bartow play tomorrow, like Bloomingdale and Plant City play tomorrow, but then Jenkins play Strawberry Crest in football. So one of them people is gonna make it to the next round when somebody like Bloomingdale or Plant City or Tech or Bartow gonna be out. Yep. So what are you have you heard anything like they talking about maybe doing that with basketball where they just kind of everybody just kind of get a chance to go in there and if you want to go, and is that gonna be something like basketball too?
Right now, Coach, honestly, it's kind of they got a game plan, but it's kind of up in there, like how they did football. You remember they waited to the last minute to create something for football to make sure that they were gonna have like a playoff system, that type of stuff. And we doing the same with basketball. As you guys know, I was scheduled to go here and there and everywhere. Then a week ago, I get a denied and say, hey, you can't go here. Can't go there. So I had to reconstruction. Luckily, I played all the county teams to where I didn't take a big blow on my schedule. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
My water, I would have had to basically start over.
So you didn't lose. How many games you lost with COVID? You didn't lose no games with COVID, or you did?
I lost a few of them. I was supposed to went to Jacksonville, the MLK thing. I couldn't go there. I couldn't go to Gibbs. I couldn't go to Mainland, and I ended up losing about 5 games. But I got them back though.
You got them back. You got them back.
Coach, man, I've had like 8 friend requests since you've been on, man. Ain't like on the show. That's when I look over to the left. People like friend requesting why you on here, trying to get on here. We ain't never had this type of production on the show, man. It's like anytime we say this, I say this to Tuma and Billy D. I say, all right. The page man to pick up because I'm finna post something about Kathleen. If it ain't something that line up right, the page be you know when I post something because you start getting text messaging calls and man they tried us on Polk Hoops and all this stuff. It's always crazy like that. So Coach E said he got breaking news coming soon, so we can't see. Coach E said he'll tell us about his breaking news. Shaw just, we just show up at the game, be like, we looking at the roster like, but damn, who is this and who is this? It's 3 cats on here that we didn't, but it's everybody got methods of their own madness though. So
hey, show the right hand and left hand, Coach. Yeah,
so we got you, Coach. So, but Coach, we kept you on probably about 20 minutes longer than we were supposed to, man. But it's family, so it's just we just talking, man. So any final words you or you guys want to give before we let you go, man, and get ready for tomorrow and for the season for preseason next week.
I just appreciate y'all having us. I know the guys excited about it, and just this is a good tool to use with guys learning how to talk in front of an interview. How to speak. You don't want to get on here and say and you don't want to get on here and be talking in the background like some other people doing, and I'm finna have to check them, and they're supposed to be paying attention to what's going on. But I ain't trying to just raise basketball players. I'm trying to raise great young men.
Yep. That's what it's about, Coach.
Okay. Well, Coach, we appreciate you. Look, Mr. Thomas, Mr. Jimmy Buggets, Mr. Shaw Jr., we appreciate y'all giving us a little time, man. Good luck to y'all on the season. See y'all all matching with your coordinating with your shirts on and everything. We appreciate that, man. But good luck on the season. We will definitely be in the, check y'all out and report on things, man. But thank y'all for your time, man. Y'all be safe.
I need a large shirt, man. I need a large.
Okay, thanks.
All right, peace.
Coach, appreciate you, man. Y'all be safe, man. Appreciate y'all chopping up with us for a little while this evening, man. Y'all, thank you.
Coach Shaw done broke the internet.
Coach Shaw done broke the news. Watch how these numbers go down now that Kathleen done jumped off.
Hey, Mark on my head about that.
Hey man. Mark
knew,
but when you said that, Mark knew that they had the Jimmy Buckets kid. He knew it. Broke knew it. We got to get Broke on the phone when we get off here. Broke knew it when he said TJ let it go and he caught himself. TJ was finna tell it a couple weeks ago and he stopped. Remember you kept asking, well, TJ, who is this? Who is that? And he just stopped talking all together. TJ don't never stop talking. He just stopped mid-sentence.
Yeah. So, we ready. We got
moving right along, man. We, kind of on the Polk Media Day thing. We got our next guest in the studio in the man cave. One of our most respected programs in the county, and hopefully they had a tough season last year. Hopefully, we're gonna see better things for them this year. We want to welcome into the studio to the show Lake Wells and Coach Bobby Banks.
Sir, how you doing?
Doing pretty good, Coach.
What's going on with you, Coach?
Good, man. Good, man.
Hey, man, we appreciate you spending a little time, you and your kids, man, in the man cave with Polk this evening, man.
Yes, sir, man. We glad, excited to be on with you guys, man. And I know y'all got questions, and we go try to answer some questions. And I heard I be on your show all the time. And I heard a whole lot of stuff. But I love it.
Well, Coach, this how I go, Coach. We give the intro when you get a chance to kind of give open comments or remarks about the season, about your Tick kids, whatever you want to talk about. Then we'll ask you guys some questions, and at the end we'll finish up, and you'll finish up with anything you want to say as we finish out. So right now the floor is yours. Anything that you kind of want to say to open up, let folks know what's going on about Lake Wells, it's on you.
Yes. Well, like you were saying earlier, we one of the most respected programs in the county. And last year we had a pretty tough season. We had some, we had one of our main players leave us before I got the job, and we had some guys that we had a lot of kids that leave, that left us, but we had some guys didn't have no basketball experience. And I really had one stud last year, and Donna Gatlin. But this year we're gonna shut some mouths up this year. So we trying to get Lake Wells back, and we have this slogan that we never rebuild, we always reload. And last year, I think the reloading came with me being the head coach. We always use that slogan for the kids and the talent, but I'm a former alumni, and I believe that the reloading came in with me and getting our kids back to stay in the city of Lake Wells. We have kids, all over the county, Falls Crews and Bartow, and they zone in them different different schools, but they stay here in Lake Wells. So we're trying to get our kids to stay back home and try to get this program back together. So I believe we're on the right track.
Okay. Well, Coach, before we get going, the question, you want to introduce the kids that you got with you in the background?
Yes.
Talk about your kids.
Yes. One kid here, right behind me, we have Mr. Donna Gatlin. I know everybody in Polk County know him. We have Mr. Jaheem here from Canada. Oh, that's Jada. I'm sorry. And matter of fact, I have 4 Canada kids here. Jaded and Jaheem, Stefan, and Jonathan. They're going to be a great support for us this year. Real good players.
So, Coach, you spoke on you being an alumni. So and we just asked Coach Shaw the same thing because he's an alumni at Kathleen.
Yes,
how has it been being an alumni, being from Lake Wells, playing Lake Wells, and now you are the head guy coaching Lake Wells? How has that been for you?
It's been wonderful. Actually, it's been real great. When my name, I'm quote, they one of the basketball studs that played at Lake Wells High School. And when I got the head coaching job, my name, they said, Bobby Banks, we gonna be back on the right track. And mess around and start losing, and social media, they say, oh, we got the wrong guy, this or that or the other. But I love it, So coming back home to put Lake Wells in a place that we've been before, it's a great challenge, and I wouldn't pass up this opportunity for none in the world. So we had some great coaches in the past, and even one of the coaches that helped raise me, Coach Grant, and he had to leave off his, illness and whatever. And we was kind of like in a standstill spot. So me coming back home, getting the job, it's real great. It's real good. So that's true.
So, Coach, how has it been for you with dealing with COVID? Has that been a challenge for you as far as scheduling, for us getting games? Do you have a full schedule, or are you still kind of working with that? How's that been?
We still kind of like working with it. We had a full schedule at first, and then because of COVID, we had to exit some tournaments we have. So we need some. We trying to get a few games to fill it back in. But for the most part, it's been all right. I think we over 20 games for right now.
Okay.
We over 20 games, but it's been a little tough, but yet at the same time, scheduling we had before COVID, now we get to play teams like Bartow twice. We got them back on the schedule again. We only had them once before COVID came out. So now, we got them twice, and we can pick up some other teams, in the county, which is what I would love to do, play our county teams. So it hurt us, but it helped us at the same time.
Okay. Well, question for you guy, Mr. Gatlin. A lot of people don't know about you, but folks that know basketball know about you as far as your production. Like you say, your coach called you a stud, and folks that know basketball, Polk Hoops, we've been trying to make sure folks know about you as far as, that you're a pretty good ball player. So how has it been for you? Because you stayed, and how has it been for you, and what do you see about your team for this year as compared to last year?
My team this year, we just got a ball players. And last year, we just tough. So I get frustrated. We get back to you guys, better. I love you guys. You're ball.
Well, Coach, we'll ask you this question, although it's probably not as prevalent to you, but every coach every team we've had on has been impacted by it. We want to make sure and ask you. Mm-hmm. Before you got there, Walt had already transferred. Mm-hmm. So, and you say you got these kids from Canada. So all of these kids are essentially, a lot of people don't know that Lake Wells is a charter school. Mm-hmm. So you guys don't necessarily have zones, quote unquote. You can kind of pull kids from wherever based off of the academic in your program. So is that how you got all these kids from Canada? And what do you expect from these kids? Because it sounds like they're here now and they weren't there last year. So what can we expect from your new transfers that folks may not know about?
Well, you can expect that they're gonna play hard, play smart, real good ball players. I really call them, I don't know. I'm trying to put it in words, where they're with our coach, Coach Hayes. He's a legendary coach here, mm-hmm. One of the greatest coaches that I can say, that helped me in my game. And I call them Highlanders, because I never been to Canada. So they here in Lake Wells, so they Highlanders. But they're going to help us. They're going to help us tremendously. Real skilled players. I just want everybody to see, the level of the talent, we're going to have. And I'm not big on trying to tell what games they got, and what they're going to do, this and that and the other. Like I say, I watch the show and I hear coaches say, "Oh, I got this, I got that, oh, this and that." Just come by and see. And I think you're going to be. I know next year or within the season, y'all going to have a different conversation about Lake Wells basketball. So,
Coach, folks sleeping on Lake Wells. I guess it sounds like you're saying that people kind of disrespecting Lake Wells. People trying Lake Wells. Lake Wells is very proud. I see Donald shaking his head like, yeah, people trying Lake Wells. I get it, but help us out, boss. Help us out. What is it that people? Because this is your chance to kind of speak on it, and because you came from Lake Wells. You was a stud in Lake Wells. Y'all don't want to stay this. It's a high standard in Lake Wells, Coach. So help us out with that. Either you, Donald, both of y'all, help us out.
Well, you know, I mean, I put it like this. You know, Lake Wells, all our players that's playing, you know, around the county. I think Bartow Championship is part of Lake Wells Championship. Whatever kids we got around, I think Lake Wells helping everybody out. And I think we are the pond that everybody fish out of. There ain't nothing wrong with it. The kids go wherever they want to go, this and that and the other. I've been in Atlanta for 20 years. And when I got back here, and I used to come back and forth, and I used to see the difference of when we played ball. You know, we was kind of like old school. And I see the difference how, you know, kids going to different schools, and I had teammates, and they have their kids to go to play for our rivals. I'm like, what is this? You know, this ain't this, you know. So this year, you know, we're going to talk a little bit. You know, we're going to talk on the court a little bit. We're going to shake some things up. And Mr. Toomer, I heard you. You know, we might win 3 again. We might win, and I see Billy D say, well, we probably get almost 10. I'm checking everything. You know, I love it to death. You know, so we'll see.
So you ready for that pressure, then, Coach?
Man, we been ready, man. We listen. If y'all came and saw the games from game 1 to we finished the end of the season, you know, I was listening. You had Coach Eric on, and I think he was talking, and he said that Lake Wells won 1 game. You know, like he kind of like smiled or spurted. So, and I was like,
yeah, I caught that. I caught that too.
Yeah. I said, you know, we won more than 1, but when we played them, you know, we lost in overtime by 1, but it was a whole different game. You know, so we win in that game. We in that game the whole game. So
it's a lot of disrespect. I see it in your posture. I see it how Donna keeps smiling and laughing. Like, so talk about how you feel like y'all match up with the rest of your district, because we've had everybody from your district on here, probably except I think we have everybody since you've been on here. Everybody in your district has been on here. You're the last team that hasn't been on here. So talk about how you feel like y'all match up, since you guys feel. And Donna, if you want to jump in too, because I guess the rest of the guys didn't play last year, but I know you played. So talk about how you feel y'all match up with everybody else in the district.
Well, you know, once the ball roll out, I believe that I'm gonna just be real with you. I believe I have the best guards in the state of Florida. I'm gonna put it that way. You know, and I'm not gonna rehab
plural, coach, because we know about Donna. We know he can go. Yeah. You got more than him.
Donna said he got when you was questioning Donna said he got some help this year.
So my man right here to the left, he can go. So what we missing? We sleeping on him?
Yeah, you sleeping on him.
But he from Canada, right?
Right. But he played with us last year. He was when I moved up. But he played against the Arbordale game. He did real good. I moved him up from JV last year.
What his name is, Coach? We don't want to miss nobody.
Jaden Excel.
Tell me your name. Say it loud.
Jaden Excel.
Jaden Excel.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Write it down.
What class are you, boss?
Sorry.
What class are you?
2023.
2023. All right.
Yes, sir. We got a young core.
So you feel with Donna and Jaden, you feel like you got the best guards in the state?
Yes.
Okay.
And more.
So I can take that 45-minute drive over there to get some good basketball in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on.
Yes, sir.
So how many guys you got on the football? Because y'all football team expected to play a couple weeks, right? So how many guys you got out there for football that you're gonna be without for a couple weeks?
I know I got 7 studs on football. We got about 7 that's going to make the team. So we're going to be a little light. You know, depending how far they go in the playoffs, and I wish we go all the way. You know, win state. But when we get our full team back, you know, just look out. We're going to be something to reckon with. Yeah, you should know. You know, I'm just be honest with y'all. Should know Lake Wells we don't stay down very often. You know, we don't.
No, not long.
So
that was a big loss for you last year too, Coach. You come in late as you came in and then leave.
Yeah.
That's a big blow to
Yeah.
any organization. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
yeah,
you're a hard to sold Lake Wells guy.
And we had the kids, they didn't even know how to play. They didn't even know what a triple threat was. So my practices was a training camp. I had to go to the fundamentals of basketball, where we had to start all over. So we coming along and got a great coaching staff that's right there with me. So we're gonna make some noise this year.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes, sir.
Who y'all who do you I know he probably already asked who is your tip off? Are y'all planning the tip off?
Yes, we go play I think it's Armadale, coach.
Oh,
Armadale.
that's right. Yeah, so I get to see y'all early then. Y'all get Armadale next week. Yeah, I get to see that early.
Yes, sir.
Do you play a lot of the county schools? Are you playing a lot of local schools on your schedule this year, coach? Like the Bartow's 2 times, Lake Wells, I mean not Lake Wells, Haines City.
Yeah, we got Bartow twice. I think we got Haines City twice. We have Kathleen once. We got Lake Region once. We have
Auburndale.
No, we can't get up. We can't get Auburndale.
Y'all in the same district.
We can't get Auburndale.
Uh-oh.
See, that's what we're talking about. That's what we talking about.
You still on here? Cause I hear a little something in your voice when you said that. Like, you know.
We can't get Auburndale. We try to get Auburndale.
Oh, you just told us why though, coach. Game last year. Scared them.
Yeah.
The 1 point game last year, overtime scared them.
Yeah. Well, and guess what? If we meet them in the district championship, we'll play them. So I know we'll be there this year.
Not district tournament, coach. District championship. I hear you, coach. I'm just making sure. We want to make sure because this is the thing, coach.
Yes.
Ain't nobody make sure you get a chance to represent Lake Wells correctly. Because I see your kids keep looking in the back like, "Hey, man, they trying us," and we get that. We get that, you know. But all we can go off of is what. That's why we want you people to come on here so you can speak your truth, coach. So we appreciate you talking on that, Mr. Gatlin. How much are we sleeping on Lake Wells?
A lot.
Tell them they got a whole lot of night club. Whole lot of
night
night club.
A lot of people in Polk County sleeping on that. We work every day. Just working every day.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right here. We had to this year, this summer. COVID came, and my father have a gym at his church.
Oh, that's a plus.
We had every kid that played basketball in the county at my gym the whole summer. We was the only one open. I kept the gym open for all the kids. Took temperature checks. We might have had 75, 80 kids from guys that played D1 ball. Mr. Keon from Winter Haven. We had guys come over from semi-pro. Some of our guys that was overseas, and we had the only gym open. So I kept the gym open on purpose where my guys can play. But in the meantime, when we was doing it, we had kids, from other schools try to, hey, I want to come to Lake Wells, coach, man, I want to transfer, man, and guys y'all had on the show. And I'm not gonna say no names and nothing like that, but they tried to transfer and I stopped them. No, just stay where you at because I bleed orange and black, and I know that I love the challenge and I know what we have, just here in this city. So, it's a lot going to go on. So all these coaches that got on this year, I had their kids in my gym, keeping them worked out. I had them going. So they didn't have to go nowhere else. So once they go back to their schools, I can beat them. We can be ready for them.
Well, Coach, shout out to you, first of all, for opening your gym up for the kids to have somewhere to go. And then also allowing other kids from other teams to come to your gym, because everybody don't do that, Coach. Everybody not, because the thing is, if you letting the kids come in the gym and work, they getting better to go back and help another team. So that says a lot about you, that you did that. And I don't know if a lot of people knew that, but I know we used to see like videos of kids that used to always say, we're going to play in Lake Wells. So I guess that's where they was going. They was coming to you.
Yes.
So, that's a shout out to you, Coach. So Donna, what can we expect? When we come to games this year to watch Lake Wells, what type of team can we expect? You or your man Jaden. What can people expect out of the type of basketball they can see from Lake Wells this year?
First, team basketball. Second, we just how can I put it? We're gonna kill. That's all I gotta say.
Back to the basics. Back to the basics. What you know about Lake Wells, that's what we bring back. That legacy gonna live back up.
Because
y'all don't prove the point to me already. Auburndale ain't even put y'all back on the schedule.
And that's big because y'all guys are at a school that, like we talked about right before y'all jumped on, y'all it's a big tradition at Lake Wells High School. Lake Wells and Polk County, as far as basketball, that you say Lake Wells and Polk County basketball, that means something.
Yes,
so
sir.
Last year, the reason why it wasn't, and I know you all take it as disrespect, but I don't think it was disrespect. It's just the expectation of Lake Wells basketball. The fact that you all had an off year last year, like, hold on, that's Lake Wells. That ain't even what they do over there. That ain't even what folks think about when they think about Lake Wells. So I don't think it, because the year before that, y'all made it to the regional finals, right, Dom? Y'all was one game in state. So it ain't like y'all just been trash. It's just like, dang, that's Lake Wells. That ain't what folks think. So it ain't a disrespect thing. It's just an expectation thing. So sound like now, and somebody's put in the chat that the Canada guys are a different breed. So, because I guess you got you something when you get these guys from Canada before what you already got, and then you say you got you some dogs in the football field. So it ain't a thing where folks, I don't think, but I get it that y'all are taking a disrespect because folks are saying 1 win, Tuma saying 2-3 wins. So I get somebody tries you, but I don't think it's like as much as people trying you.
Yeah, of course.
Y'all been winning state. Y'all been in the conversation for like top teams in the state, not just the county, for years. So when you see that don't happen, folks like, hold on now, that ain't what we used to from over there. You know what I'm saying? So we good that we happy to hear that, Coach, that you, and once again, you've been alumni. It's an era of pride with you.
Yes, sir.
That somebody from outside that ain't been Lake Wells may not be able to appreciate, but you've been there. You done been on the court. You done played, so you know what it takes. And so I know you take it a little more personal than the average person would.
Yes, sir.
And Billy D, it hurt him on here because he got hard Lake Wells, so he'd be on the show. He couldn't be on tonight, but it hurt him when we start talking Lake Wells, and you're not talking Lake Wells in a positive light as far as wins and losses. We're not talking negative about Lake Wells, just So I know it's a thing that you all want to prove to people that y'all still who y'all always have been. So we
and not only did you lose Walt, the kid that was supposed to that went to Florida, he didn't play either, right?
Devon, he was hurt though. He had a hamstring injury. So he played, but he wasn't even 40% the whole season. So he got bigger. So basketball shape and football shape totally different.
Totally different.
But when he played Auburndale, he had 16 and 16, 5 blocks. So he took that personally.
That's why Auburndale took out the schedule, Coach.
So, Coach bring up Auburndale again? Is Coach still on here? Coach, he done jumped off?
I don't know. We're going to let him know, though.
Hey, and that's a district game, Coach.
Yeah.
So you're not playing all your district games, all your district teams, rather.
And please don't misunderstand. Now, Coach Eden, that's my man. I ain't knocking no. Me and Coach Eden don't have no rivalry. I'm gonna buy him a steak dinner. Don't misunderstand me. But when I'm speaking of, what you just said about, it's not no disrespect. But the thing about it, we're not taking it as a disrespect. It was just an in-house thing that nobody know about, and nobody know about. And Lake Wells never been on the part. I always tell my team that it take a negative caver and a positive caver to start a Rolls Royce. And so this last year we was on that negative cable, but we still can crank that car up, so nobody, you got to take the positive with the negative. So I'd rather be the one in position to be at Lake Wells High School to rebuild it, to reload it. I'm glad to take that challenge and take all the heat, because nobody even know we didn't have no ball players. All my ball players was on JV. and I wanted them to kind of like stay together. And I had to move up a lot of freshmen and bring them back down. And that's what kind of season we had. You know, we had to just try to, you know, keep it balanced a little bit just to get through the season. But now, you know, if I would have played all my freshmen last year, we'd have had a maybe a 500 record. If I'd have played all my freshmen on varsity last year. So I had some seniors and I had some juniors that guys, you know, I didn't want to cut, you know, and I just did that for the first year. But now you got to go with what you got, man. You can't, you know, I love you, but this man better than you, you know. So we have to go with what we have.
So, Coach, you say if you would have played your freshman kids 500, that's at least 10 more wins than what you ended up with.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's
okay.
Yeah. Okay. We got some studs. Yeah.
So that's why you sitting like you sitting, and Donald and Jaden and the rest of the kids kind of sitting like they sitting, like, you know, y'all ain't sitting there like, man, this might be rough. Y'all sitting there like, man, we can't even wait to show folks. So it's a different type of vibe we getting from y'all right now. So I get it now. I get it. Coach. So, Coach, y'all next week.
We gonna see next Thursday. We gonna be there Tuesday and Thursday, right? What day y'all play? Tuesday, Thursday?
Yeah, talk about the tip-off, Coach, so people can know where y'all gonna be at, so we can start to see what you got.
Next Tuesday at 5, Coach. 5 o'clock. I think we playing Vanguard first, and Thursday at 5 we play Santa Fe tip-off classic. Play Santa Fe. So
Santa Fe. So y'all got Santa Fe on Tuesday.
Thursday.
Who y'all got on Tuesday?
Vanguard here in Lake
Vanguard.
Wales.
Okay, so Vanguard in Lake Wales. That's a little. Did they kind of? I saw you. I heard you say a little bit about folks kind of coming in farming in Lake Wales for kids. I heard that little thing you said. So
I said it. Yes, sir. I said
essentially, if you had who you supposed to have, it'll be a whole different conversation. That we didn't miss that. We didn't lose that point you made.
Yes,
and
sir.
Clearly, I mean, you lost Walt, which was a huge loss. I mean, you figured when you had Walt and Donald and Dexter, and then the kid, the receiver kid that went to Cincinnati, the Love kid. I mean, y'all had some kids that can go 2 years ago, and so now you got these imports. You say you got 4 kids from Canada. You say you got 7 out there in football to go with Donald. Y'all, everybody a year, you know, a year in the system.
Yes,
so you got 6 teams, and y'all in the district. We call it the Polk County district, even though Sebring and Hardy not from Polk County, but y'all in the only Polk County district. Last year, y'all had 3 teams in y'all district that went to the playoffs, and 2 other ones in Lake Wales and not Lake Wales, Lake Region and Hardy that could have went.
Yes, sir.
And I know in that first district game, y'all almost knocked. Was it Lake Wales? I mean, Lake Gibson, y'all almost knocked off. Y'all lost like 2 points, something like that, 59, 57, something like that. Y'all in the first round of the district last year.
No, we lost by they pulled away on us by about 6 to 7 points.
But it was like y'all had a chance to knock it. Was that Lake Gibson?
Yeah, Lake Gibson.
Yeah. So I mean, y'all had a very competitive district. Y'all probably got the most competitive district in the county.
We do.
So that's why when folks say they talk about the other 5 teams and they don't really talk about you all, I don't know if it's that folks just kind of, you know, coming for y'all, or they just don't know, because everybody knows about Donald. Everybody know you got your dog in him. Mm-hmm. But folks don't know about the Canada kids. Now they do, because you done been on here, so now folks know. And then, like I say, you got some kids on the football. You got kids on the football team that can go. And so next week, you don't expect to have the football kids.
No, sir.
They predicted to win tomorrow.
Yes, sir. If they do win, I won't let them play yet. Not in tip-off class. Get them worked out a little bit, but I know we're going to win. So
the guys that you got in here with you, them the guys you looking to kind of line up to suit up next week.
Yes, sir.
So they're excited. So what can we expect, Coach? If somebody wanted to know what can they expect to see out of style of play, or what can they expect to see from Lake Wales this year, what would you tell them?
Well, this year we're gonna pressure the ball. I have, like I said earlier, I believe I had a guard center. I have multiple guards, and they're pretty good. And both sides of the ball. So we're gonna pressure the ball a lot more. Man-to-man defense. Last year we played a lot of zone because I had guys, you know, wasn't in shape, and I tried to keep him, you know, because I was our only scorer. I tried to keep Donald kind of fresh. So we didn't play a lot of man last year. You know, just to stay in the game, we had to play a lot of zone. But this year, we're gonna play a lot of man, and you'll see a lot of smart basketball. You know, we're gonna run, but we're gonna pace ourselves. You know, we're gonna pace ourselves, and I have very intelligent basketball players. So I thank God for that. I prayed for that right there. So I put my work in this summer. I put my work in. I every day of the week. I had the gym open 7 days a week, even leaving the church. You know, to come out and have the gym open for my guys. You know, and all the other kids, but to have them open for my guys. And when you put the work in, you're going to get that result. You know, and that's what I believe. So you're going to see it with our play. You're going to see it with our play.
Okay. And you got a freshman kid that's supposed to be pretty decent for you too. That played over in the Lakeland area.
What freshman kid I got?
Is his name Sebastian? Am I saying his name right?
Man, who told y'all that, man? Man, who told?
Listen, Coach. This is the thing, Coach. As we get information, Coach. This all we can do now, Coach. Help me out now. All we can do is report on stuff that we get. Now, if it's incorrect, if it's not right, then we'll eat that. But when we did our rankings in the summer,
yeah,
the information that we got was that the kid was coming to you. And so when we listened to it, we put him as Lake Wells High School. Now, if that's incorrect, then we can go back and we don't have no problem with saying that we was wrong. We can go off of the information that we got. And that's the information that we got, that the kid coming in, a freshman kid that ain't bad in class of 2024 that's supposed to be coming to you this year. That can play. He on the size, but he can play and he can shoot.
He cheated left and right, man. He know he got that boy coming.
Yeah, Coach. He like, we ain't supposed to know that. I mean, if we're wrong, Coach, we apologize to you and your guys.
You're right.
But
you know, I just try to keep them out. You know,
yeah, Coach. We get it, Coach. What we trying to do, Coach? Hopefully you understand what we trying to do here, Coach. We trying to give as much publicity to these kids, to these teams. Positive. You ain't gonna never see us say nothing negative about a team or a kid on there ever. So if we know something about it, Coach, we're gonna speak on it.
Yes,
and if we're wrong, then we're gonna own it. Say, hey, we spoke on it. The information we got wasn't right. Yeah. So we wrong. Coach, folks didn't know that you got Donald could go until we start posting on Polk Hoops that he can go like he can go. Then folks like, oh yeah, he can go.
Yeah. Because
it was like, oh, they lost the wall. I'm like, hey, they still got a kid that can go over there now. Yeah. He can go get it. Yes, and so who was that? Well, that's the Gatling kid. So, we just, as we get it, Coach, we get like we know about your kid here, Jaden now. So like I told Coach Shaw, now we gotta go do some research. Yes, we didn't know about you, Jaden, before we got on here. Now we got your name, so now we gotta go do some research to make sure that we're doing the best we can to present your kids and your program in the best possible light. Yes, and we're not saying we're perfect. So if we miss something and you called on, we're not gonna be like, hey, you ain't tell us that. We're gonna be like, okay, that's what we missed. You saw what you said there, Coach. I wrote it down. Because we want to make sure we give all your kids and your program because that's the thing that we feel like with Polk Hoops been missing, which is why we do Polk Hoops.
Right.
It's been missing for so long that kids and teams ain't been getting this. So we don't care if you won 31 games or you won 3 games. We want to give everybody the same type of platform as possible.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, Coach Robinson on here now. I guess somebody went and called Coach E.
Ask about Sebastian.
Coach E, my man say, Coach Banks say you ain't scheduled him, man. He's looking for a game and you ain't giving no game. That's what we was talking about before we got on here. But we were gonna talk to you off the air, but since you just jumped back on, that's what we were talking about. But Coach, as we finish up, man, I want to give you a chance, you and your kids a chance. Anything that you all want to say, to finish up when we as we finish up with you. It is final thoughts. We know next week you're gonna be over in Arbondale on Tuesday and Thursday, so people know that. We got your schedule that's on Max Preps. And so what we do is we post a schedule of games where people at. We're going to be doing like show on Sunday, like games of the week type stuff. So we're going to do all we can to promote, you and your kids and your program and let people know that you're playing. That's the big thing. Folks don't even be knowing that folks out there playing and games out there. So that's what we want to do with Coach E say tell you. Oh, you can read it right there, Coach. I don't want to put words in Coach E's mouth. But give you a chance to say anything that you want to say as you finish up, you and your kids.
So you can play on Sunday. Yes, sir. I got it. You want to say anything?
Y'all already got nothing. Just saying, y'all sleep right now, but we gonna turn up the heat.
And then tune in, keep the legacy going. We need to go through that and do. We got all these guys, all the questions on there, and do the readout and do.
Yes, sir, man.
It's respect a lot. So, yeah, there's people like me, but it's gonna be some special. I know. That's trying to see.
That's Mr. Jaheim Foster, and he's a great player. About 6'4", 6'5", and we can't get him until the middle of the season after the second term. But when he get on the floor, he's gonna be something to see. He's gonna be something to see.
Jaheim Foster, what class he?
He's a senior this year.
2021. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna look him up too.
Yeah, they young guys.
Listen, when I'm on the show, fellas, I got a pen and pad. So if I'm missing something, like I done wrote Jaden down, now I just wrote Jaheim down. So after I get off, I start do my research. So I just want to make sure if I'm missing something, then we're gonna go back and we're gonna correct it. And we're not perfect. We go off what we know, and if we don't, then we add in as we go. That's how we do. We don't want to miss nobody else. So you said Jaheim Foster 6. So you got a 6'4" coach that's gonna be waiting for you down the stretch, huh?
Oh yeah. He's a stud. He's a real stud. He play all positions. He play all 5 positions. So he's gonna take us over the top. He's gonna take us over the top. Yeah.
Well, Coach, you got a tough job, Coach. You are tasked with you and Elbo probably got the toughest 2 jobs in the county. Y'all both are tasked with bringing back the pride and the respect and the overall, just Lake Wells. You charge with Lake Wells basketball. He charged with Hayes City basketball. So it's not an easy job, Coach. But anything we can do to help you out, Coach, like getting on here, promoting your kids, talking about things, we here for you. That's what this whole Polk Hoops thing is about. So we appreciate you giving us some time. Let us talk to your kids. Appreciate y'all giving us a little time. Hopefully things go well with your football guys tomorrow. Everybody stay safe.
Yes,
we're gonna be over in Armandale for sure on Thursday. Not sure about Tuesday. I think we're gonna go to Lakeland on Tuesday for their tip off, but we'll be able to check y'all out on Thursday to check you guys out. So good luck on the season, Coach. Thank you all of you guys taking a little time to talk with us this evening. Y'all be safe, man, and y'all have a good season.
Yes, sir. God bless, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, well,
great show.
Kathleen Lake Wells. I don't think we didn't get a chance to get to Mulberry in time, so we'll have to kind of probably reschedule them though. But hey man, Coach Banks seemed like he not every time his phone blowing up. Hey man, Coach E, man, say he tried to get you on the schedule, man, and you ain't want to put him on the schedule because for whatever reason. So we just wanted to try to see what was going on with that. But we'll talk, and I'm sure that you and Coach Bobby will talk, Coach Banks will talk. So, we had Kathleen on today, and we had Lake Wells on today, 2 traditional powers in Polk County basketball. Coach Billy D is on the road, so I know he hated not being an alumni guy that he is. So, like I say, this will be the last Thursday show that we'll do because we know the season starts next week for everybody to tip off, and then the following week is Thanksgiving. So once the season starts, we're going to move to the weekend, and we're going to have a different format. We're going to post it on the page. It's going to be pretty good. We're going to be, doing games of the week. We're going to be doing matchups of the week, players of the week, teams of the week, all that stuff. We're going to do that stuff live on the show. So we feel like it's going to be a good situation. And, our goal is just to continue to promote the teams and the kids and the program. So I don't know. You got anything else, boss?
No, it was a good show today.
Yeah, man, real good show, man. So everybody, thank y'all for logging in. We know anytime we got Kathleen on, we know we're gonna have a good show because they come through, but they don't even play it. I feel like we feel like Lake Wells had got something to say, Coach. So I'll be over there next week. We'll be able to next week to check them out and see what's going on. I know they won't be full strength because the kids gonna, they predict their football team gonna win, but we'll be able to check out who they do have over Armandale next week. So we're going to post the tip-off classics on Sunday of the teams that have given us stuff. I know we already posted Armandale and Lakeland Zone. We'll post everybody else stuff that have given it to us. If they don't give it to us to post, there's nothing we can do about it. So I don't want y'all saying we hating on the team because we didn't post their stuff. we only gonna post who people give us stuff to post about. Tomorrow night, if you all want to look at some football, playoff for the football tomorrow. So just to run through the games, that it's a full slate. You got Tampa Bay Tech that's at Bartow. You have Lakeland at Winter Haven. You got St. Pete Gibbs at Lake Wells. You got Calvary Christian at Lakeland Christian. You have Arbondale going over to Tampa King. You have Kathleen going over to East Lake. You also have this is probably the most teams we've had in the playoffs in a while in football. You have George Jenkins going over to Strawberry Crest. You have Tampa Spoto coming to Lake Gibson. You have Oasis going to Frostproof. And you have Victory going up to St. Augustine to play at St. Joseph. So whatever game that you are going to go to, make sure that you're safe. Make sure you protect yourself. And hopefully all of the Polk County teams win. Obviously, only one can win in the Lake Wells Winter Haven game because they playing each other. But hopefully all the rest of the Polk County teams win. You know how we are at Polk Hoops. We want to see all the Polk County teams be successful. So hopefully everybody win and continue on in the playoffs. But next week we'll be live at we'll get some live basketball for boys basketball. It's been a while, but we'll get some live basketball starting next week. So good luck to all the teams as they get ready for their season. And on that note, I'm sorry, breaking news, Frostproof game got canceled due to COVID-19. So Frostproof won't be playing. They've already advanced. It's about 4 or 5 games, not in Polk County, but in like Hillsborough County, I know that got canceled. This COVID stuff continues to just dictate. I know that Bartow, I don't know if you heard this or not too, but Bartow starting quarterback can't play tomorrow because he in that COVID stuff. So they got to play with their backup quarterback in the first round of the playoffs with a real tough Tampa Bay Tech team. That's gonna be a tough game for them without their quarterback. They home, but it's gonna be a tough one. So good luck to everybody. And next we'll post on the page when we're gonna jump back on. But appreciate Kathleen, appreciate Lake Wells giving us some time, and all the hearts and minds are clear. Polk Hoops out. Till next time, y'all be safe.
Y'all be safe, man. Great show.